Hey guys, this is Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. This is another special little episode where we did a live events update on Dynamic Disc's Facebook page. So if you don't want to hear anything about the events we do, just go ahead and skip over this particular episode. If you're still with me and you want to find out what it is me and Doug Bjerkaas go live on Facebook and we broadcast and we talk about updates to events that we've got going on, the Match Play, Glassman Open, the Arrowhead Stadium event. We kind of make sure people, we're just trying to figure out different ways to make sure people know everything that we've got going on. So we go live on Facebook and then I pull the audio and push it out so you guys can listen. Again, if you don't want to listen to it, just skip over this episode and we will have a regular episode for you in the next few days. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Hello everybody. Sorry. I try to be serious, but I can't be serious. Guys, welcome to Dynamic Disc Facebook Live. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, and I have with me Doug Bjerkaas, our event coordinator here at Dynamic Discs. This is going to be our third little live event updates that we do here on Facebook. Just trying to figure out ways to keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on here as far as events here at Dynamic Discs. We're going to go over a few events. We're going to have make sure you pay attention, stay tuned, because we're going to have a giveaway happen here for this particular live event. Anthony, how are we sounding as far as audio? Sounding good to go?
Yep.
How are you doing, Doug?
Good. I'm looking out that window, Bobby, and I'm seeing snow and ice, and I'm realizing that you and I are going to be in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes, we are.
In about 3 or 4 days.
Yes, we are.
We've had some awful weather here in Emporia, and we are both going to be down at the memorial, and I cannot wait.
It's going to be amazing. Going to be good times, fun times, so for sure.
Yep.
Please make sure that you share this video. That might be an important component when it comes time to discuss the giveaway. But be sure to share the video, and if you have questions about events, make sure you post them in the comments below. We have Anthony behind the scenes. He's going to relay the questions to us, and we'll get those answered for you. Anything, Glassbone Open, United States Amateur Disc Golf Match Play, Trilogy Challenges coming up. We'll try to answer if we have the information to give you. What do we have to start out today, Doug?
Let's talk United States Amateur Match Play Championships.
Excellent.
The deadline to sign up to run a local qualifying bracket is March 1st. So we encourage everyone to go to discgolfmatchplay.com. If you're interested in running a local qualifying bracket in your state, check out that website, get signed up before March 1st. All you need to do is run a bracket with 16 folks. Those 16 folks will play match play throughout the month of April, and the winner of your bracket would move on to the state final. We are still missing local qualifying brackets in Alaska, Connecticut, Hawaii, Nevada, Rhode Island, and Wyoming. Those 6 states, we haven't had anybody step up and look to run a bracket, and we'd love to have someone from those areas sign up to do that. 2 weeks ago, Bobby, we were missing 3 provinces in Canada. We are now down to just 2, the Maritime provinces and Quebec. Those 2 provinces, we don't have anybody running a match play bracket there. So check out discgolfmatchplay.com, sign up for one of those. One thing that we do have today, Bobby, and maybe this would be a good time to encourage everybody to start sharing this video.
What's that?
We've got a cool disc that we can give away, and I think that's what you usually do is you have people share.
Yes. So Doug brought with him for this particular episode what is it? I don't even know. A deputy. I was thinking it feels like a deputy.
It's a Moonshine Deputy. Now, these are limited to only the Winter Marksman League until the end of March. And I've seen these Moonshine Deputies. They seem to be doing well on the auction pages.
Yes.
We are going to release a limited number of these on April 1st that the TDs of the brackets are going to be able to purchase and sell if they would like to. So this is this is on top of the player packs that we already have for the event. But we have 3 of them that have been done special with a Dimax stamp instead of the traditional hot stamp that will go on them.
Okay.
And what we'd love to do is we're going to put one on the auction page. We're going to give one away today. And the third one we're going to put back, and we're going to do something special with that down the road, maybe even on another one of these event updates.
Excellent.
So I don't know how you give them away, but
I think like we did last time, if you share this video, I'm going to go through after the video is done and pick from a random winner from there. We'll send you one of these Moonshine Deputies. These feel really nice. They got a little bit of a dome to them. Whoa, as I break my computer, they have a little bit of dome to them, but they feel really nice. So yeah, get your chance to take home a Moonshine Deputy by sharing this video.
yes.
So on the topic of amateur match play championships, I've seen a little bit of talk, people a little concerned that their brackets haven't filled.
Yep.
Talk through some alternatives or some options that people have if they don't have a full bracket.
So we have encouraged all of the local qualifying bracket TDs that if you do not have a full bracket by March 1st to email us. The TDs have been working either with myself or with AK. If you on March 1st have only got 12 players to play in a 16-person bracket, contact us and we will look at what the best solution is going to be in that case. Certainly, if you are the only bracket in a state, and we do have some states and provinces that don't have a lot of disc golfers in them, right. We're certainly going to make accommodations, but we're asking people to try your hardest to get those brackets full by March 1st. And if you can't at that point, shoot us an email, either at events@dynamicdiscs.com or at ak@dynamicdiscs.com. AK is the support specialist on this event. So send us a message and we'll get a solution for you, and we'll find a way to make sure that you can still have a bracket. One thing I'd like to remind people of is that $45 entry fee gets you 2 pretty awesome discs. Right. There may be folks that, one of the options that you may have is, if you want to get the 16 player packages anyways, and you only have 8 players, we'll work something out, but we're telling everybody March 1st, work as hard as you can to get them filled by then, and then if not, give us a holler.
Excellent. We do actually have one question from the comments about match play. Roger asks, Doug, will the TD get a shirt or something for the match play?
No, not this go around. Now, with this being the first year that we're doing this, we may in fact start to add those types of things. There's a couple things that the TDs do get. One, and we kind of went through these details about a month ago, but the entry fee is $45, and if you sell or you have 16 people sign up, that's $720 in entry fees. What we're asking the TDs for is $640. So there is an $80 extra chunk of money there that the TD can either use to maybe cover some costs they have or cover their entry fee in the event. That's an opportunity to get something extra as a TD. And then again, TDs will be the only ones that are able to buy these and pre-order the Moonshine Deputies, and that's a pretty nice perk as well.
Absolutely.
So unfortunately, you just can't wear this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you could, but you probably shouldn't.
It kind of looks,
Excellent. Let's go one more match play question before we move on to the next subject. Steve wants to know, does match play need to be done on an 18-hole course? I have a 9-hole course with a middle school club. Would this be good for them?
It would be, as long as you play it twice.
Okay.
Yep. If they were to play the course twice and get 18 holes, we have several folks that are running match play brackets in areas of the country that only have a 9-hole course, and that is absolutely okay as long as you play the course twice.
Excellent. All right, guys. So if you're just tuning in, this is a live update with Doug Bjerkaas. We're doing this every couple of weeks to make sure that everybody's up to date with new stuff, or if you have any questions for any events. If you do have questions, post a comment in for this video. We will try to get those on the air. Also, if you're just tuning in, make sure you share this video because you're going to get a chance to get this disc golf match play Moonshine Deputy. But you got to share the video to be eligible. What do we got next on the docket, Doug?
Well, 2 weeks ago, we talked about how registration was going to open for the stadium experience at Arrowhead. And that thing just blew up. We're basically full.
That's amazing.
There's a couple things. I've gotten some questions, and I just want to clarify this with everybody. Some folks have been asking about a wait list. And we are going to be doing a few things, and I'm hoping that by Monday I'm able to send out some messaging as far as whether there are spots available and or a wait list that we can create. Right now, the wait list is a little bit tough because you sign up and then you also have to sign up for a tee time. And so we're trying to logistically find a way to do that. keep an ear out for this event update or on any of the DD social media challenges, and we will get as much information as we can as to whether there will be more spots there. But at this point, the event is full, which is pretty exciting that we're going to have a stadium with tee times going all day long, playing an awesome 9-hole course in Kansas City.
Now, is it my understanding the event is full as far as playing? But if you still wanted to get a player pack and come watch and walk around, you still can do that?
Absolutely. That's a good point. We do have a player pack only package. I believe that's $40. And if you have friends or family that have signed up and gotten into the event, and I know that a lot of kids of people are doing this, there's a $10 family experience lanyard and badge that you can get as well that gets you in through the stadium. And I got to tell you, and Bobby, you'll probably agree with this, it's a unique experience to be in a stadium when you're not there for a big game.
Right.
It's a whole different feel. We were there just a week ago designing the course, and it's really worthwhile to check out Arrowhead Stadium. I think it's as impressive as either Nissan Stadium or the AT&T Stadium down in Arlington.
Kenny wants to put a shout out to make sure that you come to the Pocono Raceway experience that Mike Solt puts on. That's the one where we put on. See, if you're just following us new, we've actually done 3 disc golf experiences at AT&T Stadium in Texas. We did one at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee, and then Mike Solt, or some of you know him as Mr. Disc Golf, put together 2 so far. He's done Pocono Raceway disc golf experiences. Apparently, people want you to go out to experience that one.
Probably not to drive a race car.
Probably not to drive a race car, no.
But no, I would love to get out there. In fact, little known fact, I lived in Pennsylvania for the year before kindergarten and kindergarten.
So you remember a lot of it, I'm assuming.
Absolutely not. That was a long time ago. But would love to make it out there. I know that Mike Solt does an amazing job. In fact, he's one of our course TDs at the Glass Blown Open, comes out here every summer to help. In fact, he's been working Jones West the last 2 years, and would love to get out there. And I'll do my best to get out there.
Absolutely. All right, so what do we got next? Looks like we have Glass Blown Open stuff.
Yeah, and that's another tournament that filled really quick, but I want to give everybody an update, and this happens every year. Every year we get a huge number of people that sign up, and then people start dropping out, and the wait lists get smaller and smaller. And I just wanted to quick give an update that we actually have a few spots in the FPO division for open women, for the Pro Masters women, that's professional women over the age of 40. We have 3 spots in Advanced Masters, the MA40 division. There's a spot in Advanced Women, and there's 3 spots in Advanced Masters women. Also, the wait lists in pretty much every division, I believe, are pretty manageable as far as getting in. There's 3 for MPO, there's 2 for MP40. The only one I think is a bit of a stretch is Recreation, where we still have 67 people on the wait list. But if you have not gotten into the event, or you know somebody or a buddy that has written it off as, hey, I'm not going to get into that, check discgolfscene.com out and potentially look to get yourself to Emporia at the end of April. It's pretty exciting.
Absolutely, and I know a lot of people, I see a lot of chatter on social media and even on the Glass Blown Open mobile app. What are the chances if someone is like number 30 on the wait list?
Well, in the recreational division, I would say that at this point, 30 is probably the number that might get in. Okay. Because you'll have several people on the wait list that'll say, yeah, I can't make it. Several of them, it just, there's no guarantee, but I would say that number 30 on the wait list for recreation right now, recreational division, is probably right on the bubble.
Okay.
However, with that being said, there's 21 on the wait list for intermediate. There's only 1 on the wait list for advanced. Okay. So if you want to come to experience it and maybe play up a division or 2, you also have those opportunities.
Now, remember, keep in mind, if you do want to get on the wait list, you do have to pay to be on the wait list. So make sure you know that up front if you try to get on the wait list. But once a question that may come up, and it may be too early to talk about this, but if someone pays to get on the wait list, comes time to GBO and they are not able to play in the tournament, what then happens with their funds?
If you are on the wait list and you do not get into the event, you get a full refund.
Okay.
Yeah. And we typically process those sometimes as early as like Friday of GBO week. It may not be until that weekend, but what we like to do is once the event starts and we know there is no chance that person is getting in, everybody that paid to be on the wait list, it's just a full refund.
Okay.
They didn't, they were just on the wait list.
Sure. Excellent. Good stuff. All right. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is a Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, Doug Bjerkaas. We're doing a live event update. We have so many events going on here at Dynamic Disc. We're just trying to figure out different ways to keep people up to date, and we thought doing live videos might be a nice way to do that. Yep. So that's what we're talking about, events. If you have a question about events, make sure you post them in the comment. Anthony's behind the scenes. He'll get it to us, and we'll see if we can get an answer for you. Do you mind if we skip back to match play real quick? We have a question on match play.
Any questions people have?
Good question. This is from Roger. He says, will the TD be limited to the number of moonshine deputies they can order?
Yes, we are limiting it to the number of players in your bracket. So a TD would be able to order 16 of those if they have a full bracket. And again, that kind of plays on the question we had earlier about if you can't get a full bracket, that might come into play a little bit there if you have to run a smaller bracket. But right now we are going to allow the TDs to purchase up to 16 of those. And there will be a limited number of those. We're not quite sure what that number is yet. We'll post that so that everybody does know how many that we are limiting those to. So good question.
Excellent. One more on Glass One Open, back to the wait list. If you're on the wait list and your number gets called, but you can't make it, do you still get the refund?
Yes, you do. Okay. What will happen is if you get bumped up from the wait list, you're going to get an email that says, hey, you've made the event. At that point, you want to say, hey, and I think there's even a deal that says if you are unable to play, click here or something like that. But you let us know, and then we'll refund you right away.
Excellent. And then one last question. We'll get back on track with the updates. Jason has a general A-tier question. Are e-cigs banned in A-tiers under the no tobacco rule?
That's a great question, and I think we could go to the PDGA policy on that. I believe that the tobacco policy applies to NTs and majors. Maybe you can look that up and double check that. I do know this. I know that e-cigs do fall into the same category as tobacco does. And they just came up with a new policy this year.
Let's see. The use of tobacco players by their caddies is prohibited at all PDJ majors and national tour events, as well as those events held concurrently with those major and NT events.
Yes.
Now, the prohibitation. I can't even say the word.
So
it includes all smoking and chewing tobacco. It excludes nicotine gum, but it also includes electronic and vapor cigarettes.
Correct. And that is for NTs, majors, and events that are associated with an NT or a major, and that would be our A tier. So if you are playing in the A tier that is part of the GBO, that policy would definitely apply.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, we've got a few more questions, but let's get back on track with the update so we can make sure we get everything in there.
Yeah, let me just, a couple quick things about the GBO. Also really excited to announce two things, and one of them has been already announced, but the Emporia Arts Center here in town, which is just one block down from our retail store on the other side of Commercial Street, is going to do two special things for the GBO. One is on Wednesday from 9 to 6, there is something called the Dynamic Disc Collection Show. And basically, it's like an art gallery filled with collectible dynamic discs. Two of the biggest collectors around as far as dynamic disc stuff are going to bring out their collection, and they're going to show it. There's actually going to be a very cool prototype version 2 of the Captain that will be available to folks that come to that show and look at the disc. It's right next door to the Granada, so if you come pick up your player pack, you can then check out the show there at the Art Center. Then on Saturday from noon to 3, this is limited to 50 folks, but this is for kids. Mm-hmm. If anyone's traveling to the GBO with their kids, the Art Center is going to have 50 blank white discs, and there's going to be various local artists that will work with kids to paint and decorate those discs any way they want to.
Very cool.
And the top 3 decorated discs are going to actually win some pretty cool prizes. So we're excited about the Emporia Arts Council joining us for that, and we're going to do it again at Junior Worlds,
awesome.
Which we can talk about next, but if there's more questions, we can get to those.
Let's see. We got some questions. Let's see. Anthony wants to know, what's it take to be a spectator?
A spectator at any of our events is absolutely free.
Right.
If you want to come watch disc golf here in Emporia, It is absolutely free. However, we do run something now for the third year at the GBO called the Spectator Badge. And for the Spectator Badge program, you purchase, it's $125 this year. You get basically a very similar players pack that the players do. There's usually one or two small items that aren't in the Spectator pack, but then there are one or two items that are only in the Spectator pack. It's an incredible value. If you talk to anybody that's done it in the past, they love it. There's some special bonuses as far as some free drinks at some of our events. Every time you play a Flex Start C tier, you get a $5 voucher to the store. You also get a 10% discount at the store the entire week with the Spectator Badge. So it's just add-on perks to watch disc golf at the GBO. But if you check out the glass1open.com, there's a page there for spectators. And if you want to be that kind of VIP spectator, you can certainly get that badge and do so.
And moving on, nice little segue to that is how many spectator packs are still available?
So we could do up to 300. I believe the last time I looked, 85 have been purchased. And depending on how registration goes for that, we might bump that back to 200. But I would say that I know that we limit the signature disc that the pro panel signs after the players meeting, that the spectators also get, to 300 of those discs. So if you're interested in doing that, I'd encourage you to sign up for that sooner than later.
Excellent. Let's see. Are there differences in the players pack for amateurs at GBO? Is there an advantage to getting registered early?
Absolutely. When I think maybe they mean signed in early, because most people have already registered for the GBO. I think the question might be that if you
maybe check in earlier.
Get to the check-in early. No, not necessarily. There is a difference between the amateur player pack and the professional player pack. That's something that we've always had, is a big difference between those two player packs. But no, when you check in, you have either Wednesday or Thursday to check in. There will be a full player pack for everybody that comes to check in.
And what's in the players pack for this year? I'm not going to tell you.
It's always a surprise.
It's always a surprise.
I will tell you this. I can't do it.
No,
I can't do it.
You don't know how many messages I get, people asking if they can get a hint to what's in the GBO player pack. But no.
No, I think it's disc golf related.
Can we still buy a player's pack, as I can't make the event but would like to buy a player pack?
Unfortunately, that is not an option. One of the things that we really kind of took a pretty strong stance on a few years ago was that we want people that come to Emporia that experience the event to have that player pack. And the spectator pack is the same way. You've got to be here in Emporia to get that. Now, certainly, once the event's over and you start to look and see what's in the player pack, there may be some of those items that are available, and that could be the case, but it's definitely not guaranteed. And there are some items there that are very exclusive to the event. So the answer to that question is no.
Yeah, it's typically what happens. A lot of times, kind of the running joke is, if you want to know what's in the player pack, just wait until 5 minutes after we've started registration, because you'll see it on Reddit, or you'll see it on eBay, or you'll see it somewhere on an auction page on Facebook. So, okay, we do have some questions, but let's kind of stay on track with the updates. What else do we got to talk about?
Yeah, well, hey, speaking of the Kids Design Discs event at the Emporia Arts Center, I mentioned we're also going to be doing that at Junior Worlds. The initial invites for Junior Worlds should be coming from the PDGA on March 23rd. So we're about 3-4 weeks away from the initial invites being posted on the PDGA site. I'm also proud to announce that the 6 courses that we'll be using for Junior Worlds will be the Flint Hills Technical College 9-hole course, the Hammond Park 9-hole course, Jones West, Jones East, Peter Pan, and Emporia Country Club. Now, obviously, with so many different divisions, the under 6, the under 8, some of those 9-hole courses will be used for some of the younger divisions. And I would expect that as soon as the invites start going out and the registration packets go out, we, in conjunction with the PDGA, will actually be publishing the full schedule of which divisions are playing at which courses.
Excellent. Now, when it comes to the courses for GBO, for Junior Worlds, a lot of people wanted to have the course previews that we put together. Like Doug has mentioned before, once March 1st hits and we have everything solidified as far as the layout of the courses, you'll be able to find it on the glass1open.com website.
Yep.
You'll be able to find it on the GBO mobile app.
Yep.
And then me and Anthony will start working hard toward creating the course preview videos to let you guys know exactly how those courses are going to be set up. Now, I imagine once GBO is over, Junior Worlds is obviously going to have some different setups. So we'll probably have to have some different videos ready to go to let the juniors know exactly how the courses are going to be set up.
Yep.
If you're just tuning into what's going on, this is a live events update with Doug Bjerkaas. We have a lot of events going on here at Dynamic Discs. This is just one way to make sure you guys are up to date on everything that's happening. If you have any questions on any events that we have going on that we have the answers to, we will get those answers for you. My apologies. I have my phone over here and someone's calling me. So anyway, put a comment below, put your questions in. We'll get them to Doug. Make sure you share this video because in this particular video, we are giving away a Moonshine Deputy that it's going to be a limited run exclusive to Match Play. And you'll get the nice little Dymax Match Play logo and some stuff on there. So really cool stuff. I'm going to pick a winner from those who share the video.
Moonshine Deputy.
Absolutely.
It's not just a lawman that works at night.
Had to get one in there, huh?
Anyhow. Hey, real quick, Trilogy Challenge.
Yes.
Registration for Trilogy Challenge, actually an email just went out today to all of the TDs that have run Trilogy Challenges in the past, giving you an opportunity to register your Trilogy Challenge first. But then on March 1st at noon Central Time, anyone who wants to run a Trilogy Challenge can submit a request to run one. And as long as it's not in direct conflict, too close to a date of another one that's in your area, those will get approved and posted on the site. And really excited about another year of Trilogy Challenges. It's a great opportunity to raise money if you want to run an event. I know that some people do it to, quite frankly, just make some money.
Yep.
Some folks will do them for charity. I know that we had 2 of them here in Emporia that raised, I think, over $1,000 combined for some local charities. You can do it to benefit a club, whatever it might be. But check out trilogychallenge.com. It's really a unique way to get 3 new molds, one from Latitude 64, one from Dynamic, and one from Westside. Try those out before they're made available as a general release, and check that out.
And you can go to trilogychallenge.com because I know that our graphics guy and our website guy has been working on updating it. You can kind of see some of the player pack content and stuff like that. Once we get those molds in, me and Eric will do our Is This Disc Right For You video so that you can kind of get a better idea of how these discs fly. If you want an early knowledge of which one is for Westside? The Maiden? No.
The Maiden.
The Maiden.
Yes.
Kyle Webster. Go find him on Facebook. He posted some videos. He was able to get early access to the Trilogy Challenge disc. I think just the Maiden. Not the others, just the Maiden. And he posted some videos on his thoughts on the Maiden. So check that out for sure.
Yep.
All right, let's get some questions in.
Yep, and then all I've got is let's do some questions, and then I'll finish up just with some highlights from our RVs.
Garion wants to know, if I host a match play event, would I be allowed to play in the event?
Absolutely. If you meet the requirements, which means you're a current PDGA member who has a rating that is 969 or lower, or you're a former PDGA member that's never been rated 970 or higher, or you're not a PDGA member, you are free to play. And what's so awesome about that is that we have worked with UDisc, and UDisc will randomly assign your bracket. And because of that random assignment of the bracket, there can't be any of the shenanigans with a TD giving himself maybe the easy route to the championship.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. We have tons of TDs that are playing in their own brackets.
A follow-up to that question, how many match play events will you allow in a certain area? And he says specifically in the Wichita area.
Wichita. Well, I think the last time I checked, Kansas had 8 or 9 brackets, and we will allow up to 16 per state. I know that Colorado has 14 already.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, if we have not hit 16 in the state of Kansas, and we have Wichita brackets that have filled up or look like they're filling up, we would definitely entertain doing another bracket down in Wichita.
Excellent. Someone was curious about the GBO players meeting being televised in Emporia. He knows that not everyone will fit in the theater.
Well, I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so player packs will be distributed at the theater, and you have hit the nail on the head. We will not fit in the theater, so we are taking the show to our Civic Auditorium downtown, the William L. White Auditorium. It seats 3 or 4 times as many as the Granada does. And in fact, we're inviting Emporia out to our player meeting and opening ceremonies to kind of get even more people down there to the auditorium. So that is where the player meeting will be. And if you go to the website or to the app, have we talked about downloading the GBO app?
I kind of mentioned it. I didn't talk about downloading it.
If you haven't done it, get it on your phone. The schedule and all of that is on there, and you'll see that the player meeting is now listed as being at the William L. White Auditorium. It's about 3 blocks from the Granada, so it's still real close to everything downtown.
Excellent. A few questions about the Monkey Island Open, which is a local event here. Someone wants to know, do we have any information on the 20-hole island layout?
We do. The 20 holes are the kind of think about the standard course.
Right.
And then we add, after hole 7, the amphitheater hole, which we've always played, where you throw over to the amphitheater. And then, if you'll recall, 18 is now a long par 4 that basically encompasses our old 17 and 18.
Right.
And we're going to play the old 17, which is short 18, and then we're going to add what used to be hole 18 as 18A.
Okay.
And that'll be the 20 holes for the Monkey Island Open. That's only a month away. Looking forward to that.
Any chance of people making it off the wait list for that?
You know, I think the wait lists were around 20 and 15. In fact, I think Anthony over there is on the wait list, moving on up, hopefully. You know, it's one of those things where some years, the first year I was here, like 15 people fell out in the last couple of weeks before the event.
Yeah.
And then last year, my daughter was on the wait list, and she came to the event, and she waited and waited and waited, and it was like everybody showed up.
Right.
So there's really no way to predict that. The safest thing to do is sign up and see what happens. And then also show up that morning. You never know who won't show up. And we basically go through the waiting list and say, hey, is waiting list number 1 here? Nope. Okay, 2. Nope. And so if you're there, you have a much better chance.
And real quick, right before we get to the RV schedule, someone wants to know if we have any events in Southern California.
You know, I don't know. That's a good question. That might be a good question for Derek.
Okay.
Or it could be a good question for one of our team members that's down in Southern California. We have a couple new guys from California. We'll have to look into that. AJ Risley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can tie him and connect him to a comment in the feed and see if he can.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That.
It's hard to. I mean, a lot of times we connect with tournaments via being sponsorships and things like that, but we might not be totally connected to it as far as running the event and stuff like that. So it does make it kind of hard sometimes to know exactly where all a presented by Dynamic Discs event will be.
Yes.
But your best bet would be to go to pdj.com and go to event search and try to see if there's some events in your area and to see if we're connected to any of those events.
Another thing you can do is go to discgolfscene.com and click on California, and then up in the search bar, type in Dynamic Discs, and that might also take all the titles that have Dynamic Discs in the title. But I know that we personally, Bobby, unfortunately, are not going to Southern California to run an event this year.
No.
So
we are going to Arizona in a couple of days, though.
Yes, we are. RV update?
Yes.
Okay, real quick. Tyler Searle in the RV that tends to stay in the southeast part of the United States has a few exciting things going on. This weekend, the 23rd, 24th, he will be in Tallahassee as part of the second annual Tallahassee warm-up, and that's at Tom Brown Disc Golf Course. Sunday, he'll be in Jacksonville, Florida. There's a C-tier there at Four Palms Disc Golf Course called Rockin' on the River 2. If you want to check out Tyler and the Dynamic Disc RV, he'll be there. And then the following weekend, on the 3rd and the 4th, on the 3rd, he'll be in Tavares, Florida for dogleg doubles at Mike and Molly's Disc Golf Farm. And on Sunday, the 4th of March, he'll be in Perry, Florida at the 2 Disc Dubs. And that's at, I guess it's the Bulldog, which is at the Taylor County Sports Complex. I'm sure that some Florida disc golfers will know what the Bulldog is. Jay Ray is going to be the next 2 weeks on the road with the major tours. He'll be at the NT in Las Vegas this weekend, out and about. Not sure where he's going to be set up, but I know that his RV will be there. And then he'll be heading down to Phoenix for the Memorial, the first stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And it looks like Sunday, March the 4th, if you are going to be near Quail Canyon course in Quail Canyon in Tucson, Arizona, he is going to be there for that PDGA C-tier. And last but not least, Matt Lloyd, his RV will be, boy, I haven't been there in a long time, but Shreveport, Louisiana, which is a great place to visit. Dynamic Discs is presenting the Port City Open. It's a C-tier at Ford Park Disc Golf Course. That is Saturday, Actually, that's this weekend, Saturday, February the 24th in Shreveport. That's an update on where our 3 RVs will be over the next 2 weeks, Bobby.
Excellent. If you missed any of that or you want to make sure you stay up to date with where the RVs are going to be, make sure you follow Chasing the Chains on Facebook, and the RV drivers are pretty good. I'm going to remind them to make sure that they create events for that particular page. That way you can go to the events section and see all the places that they will be. And also you can send them a Facebook message. If you've got a club or an organization that wants to have the RVs come out and run an event, they're more than willing to hear you out and maybe make plans to be out there for this particular season. So I think that's it. Is that it, Doug?
Yeah, I know you're giving away a disc. I also want to let people know, I mentioned there were 3 of these done with the special Dimax stamp. Again, these won't be available with the normal hot stamp until April 1st when the Winter Marksman League is over.
Okay.
You're going to give one away. One's going to go on the auction page tomorrow. And the third one, so this is a 1 of 3 deal here.
Okay.
You're giving away a pretty cool disc.
Right.
We'll do something with later down the road. I'm not quite sure what that is, but keep an eye out on the auction page for one of those discs.
All right, well, we're about at our time limit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Oh, sorry. Someone was, I thought you were typing a question, Anthony. My bad. Thank you for tuning in. Event updates. If you tune in late, make sure after Facebook reprocesses this and puts it out there, make sure you give it a watch. If you shared it, I'm going to wait a few minutes until everything settles down here as far as the video, and then I'll go in and I'll pick a winner for this, and I'll reach out to them and get an address for them and send it out to them. Until next couple of weeks.
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now.
We should have a little more sun at that point.
I will be a little darker, I'm sure.
And I will be a little redder.
So thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Yep.